Welcome back. The Detective Pikachu returns. Last time we just got to the dentist residence. Good thing I totally didn't forget that name. And we're investigating the stolen jewel case. Make sure to like and subscribe so we clear this case successfully. It is on the left, exactly from the ruin incident. Alright, fill me in. Please go to the right ahead. Thanks. Cotton. Like from the cottony we saw. I mean, the whimsicott we saw this morning. This door is oddly open. And there's a keyhole. What is it, Pikachu? I checked out the door, but there are no signs of forced entry. Then we can be fairly certain that the thief used the key to get in. According to Dennis, this room where the Aurora drop used to be. Let's take a closer look. The green jewel. That fresh green color reminds me of the forest. Look at its palming. A beautiful jewel. So clear and sparkling, absolutely brilliant. It's a blue. Deep blue like the ocean. It has kind of a magical feel to it. It's a red jewel. What have I ever read like boiling hot lava? So this is it. Let's start investigating to find clues. Alright, don't let any news slip past you, Tim.
Let me see.
Where should we look first? How about over here? This looks the most suspicious. Here's a blue feather. Do you think the Pokemon it belonged to is in this room? Maybe it's from a Pokemon that lives in the mansion. Look at it later. Well, we should definitely examine all the cotton on the ground.
Hey, Tim! Check it out! Looks good, huh? Disguises are a key part of detective work, you know.
Yeah, whatever. Now quit goofing off and investigate.
He clearly doesn't appreciate my art. Perhaps I need to give him a little more training.
Fellow. There's some cotton on the ground. It looks real fluffy and soft. That's what I was expecting before the cutscene. What's a bunch of cotton doing here? Looks like a big part of the case. Based on the shape, do you think the top half was cut off? Yeah, it looks that way. It's a really clean cut. Slicing it must have taken one seriously sharp blade. I thought a human could pull that off. This is the only case that's damaged. Must be where they kept the Aurora drop. The edge looks like it was sliced clean with a blade. What kind of blade could slice this cleanly through such a sturdy jewel case? The jewel case is still locked. Ah, that's very important. Like Dennis said, the jewel in this case was stored under lock and key, and the key to the case is a different key than the one to the jewel storage room. I wonder who has the key then.
Right.
We've covered everything I was wondering about. Any other spots you want to check? I don't think so. I don't like how slow this is. I think it should be a little bit faster. I'm gonna guess that's because of me. Face of the jewel case is firmly fixed on the ground. Yeah, moving it doesn't even look possible. I don't think there's anything else worth investigating. Okay, Pikachu.
Okay, let's start deducing.
Start deducing. Begin deducing. You probably figured out how the culprit stole the jewel by now, eh? Alright, so begin deducing in your case notebook.
Okay.
We have a few plausible theories. Which do you think is right? The culprit unlocked the case and stole the jewel. No, because the case is still locked. We know that. Because Tim literally said, it seems the case lock is still locked. The culprit hasn't stolen the jewel yet. The culprit may have taken the talisman, but they have hidden it among the cotton. That might not be true. The culprit can't open the case and stole the jewel. Well, yeah, obviously.
Okay.
From what we've seen, trying to see, we can tell that the key was sliced open. After that, the Aurora drop was removed from its case and taken away. Right. And we saw that the jewel case was still locked, which supports that claim. We still need to investigate more to determine how the case was sliced open. But at least right now, we know how the thief got their hands on the Aurora drop. Yeah, we've made our first step forward.
Okay.
You understand how we use the case notebook now? Yep, once I've got some evidence, I'll start deducing. Feel free to start doing whatever you feel like it. After investigating the scene, we now know how the crime was carried out. We can be certain that the culprit sliced open the case and took the jewel from inside. But there's just one thing that's strange. Oh yeah? Yeah, think, Tim. What's strange about the way the crime was committed? The jewel was stored in this room, the glass was cut but the door wasn't. The jewel storeroom door was locked. Was the door locked? No, because he said that the door clearly wasn't forced in, so the glass was cut?
Oh,
The thing was locked. Yeah, the door was unlocked, but the jewel case was locked and sliced apart. That's right. So that means the thief only had one of the keys, and that was the storage room. They didn't have the key to the jewel case. According to Mr. Dan, only he and Bruno has access to the jewel storage room. I understand why the police suspect him, but I'm not so sure. Obviously, it'd be best that we could talk to Burns ourselves, but he's still being questioned. We need to ask Mr. Dennis about the lock on the jewel case. Right, after we wrap up here, let's go ask him. Oh, he's right here. How's the investigation going? How's the investigation going, Tim? Oh, Mr. Dennis. Sorry, I couldn't stand the just waiting around. Have you discovered anything? It does appear that the couple used the storage room to gain entry in. We believe that they can't open the jewel case to took the Aurora. Isn't that so? I suppose that doesn't help Bonnie's much, since he has access to the key. I have a question for you, Mr. Dennis. Who has the key to the jewel case? I have it right here. I always keep the key to the jewel case on my person. I've known Bunnies for a very long time, but I still won't give him this key. That's very important. The security of the jewel case is my personal responsibility. Got it. So both Burners and have access to the key to the storage room, but only Mr. Dennis has access to the key to the jewel case itself. That's valuable information, Mr. Dennis. Thank you. Oh, really? I thought I might be getting in the way, but I'm glad to hear I could help. The Aurora drop is meant to become a symbol of a revival for Rhyme City. Anyway, I'm counting on you, Tim. Symbol for revival. Let's ask Dennis about it later. The thief could open the case, but they had to use a key to get to the storage room. The only people who had access to the key is both of them. So it makes sense that the police would suspect him. If the key hadn't been used to unlock the storage room, Bernie wouldn't be under suspicion in the first place. Why would he do that, knowing people would suspect him? Maybe he didn't think that far ahead. In any case, based on what we found at the scene of the crime, we can't be certain of anything yet. We need to talk to Burns and the other people in the mansion to hear what they have to say. Not just the people, the Pokemon too. I'll interpret it for you when we talk. Alright, I'm counting on you, Pikachu. Okay, now that we've got our first steps, let's start interviewing.
Oh,
Hey Tim, there's something on the floor by the window. You should check it out. Another blue feather. Feather. Oh, blue and light blue.
oh,
What's this, Pokemon feathers? Sure looks like it. They scattered all over the floor. And the window's open. Maybe a Pokemon got in or out of here. Do you think it has anything to do with this case? Looks like it. One of these feathers is darker than the others. You're right, the other 6 have a lighter shade of blue. Something about that is nagging. This is the jewel in the crime. Thing around here. This room is currently being searched by the police.
whoa!
Yeah. Hey, Bargen. You need to focus on there. Interview the Pokemon people and Pokemon. Let's go downstairs then. Who are you?
Hello there, Detective Tim. No, I mean, Detective Goodman?
Larry Turner, newest staff member of the Venice residence. You are the detective, right? That's what Mr. Dennis said, at least. The name's... Wait, that's not proper strong enough. Sorry. My name is Larry Turner. I'm a member of the house staff. House staff? Sees it over his head. If you need anything, just let me know. I mean, please inform me if anything. You really don't have to be so formal with us. Thanks, that's a huge relief. I got this job a while ago, but I'm still not used to talking all fancy. Uh-oh, is that a problem? Well, it's a good thing for me that Bruce deals with all the important games. My main duties are taking care of the Pokemon, managing the house, and groundskeeping. And I can handle all that, no problem. I don't know, this guy isn't exactly filling me with confidence in his ability to do his job. Anyway, you wanted to talk about what happened, right? I mean, I already told the police everything I know. I'm really sorry for taking up more of your time. Oh, sorry, that's not what I meant. I'm not complaining or anything. It's just that I don't remember what happened very well. Something attacked me out of nowhere and I blacked out. Something attacked him? So not the thief then. Can you tell us more about that, Mr. Turner? Sure, no problem. About the crime that took place. Right, so where to start? I was doing my job like a normal day. I've made food for the Pokemon, did some cleaning around the mansion, that sort of thing. I think I was tidying up the garden when it happened. I saw Ducklet flying out of a second-story window. As I recall, I wondered what she was where she was going. Usually Ducklet just walks around the front door. It seemed weird to me, so I went upstairs to see what was going on. That's when I saw the door to the jewel storage room wide open. As if it wasn't a shocking moment enough, I went inside and accidentally got punched by a Pokemon. Or suddenly got punched by a Pokemon. The next thing I knew, I was laying on the sofa and someone was treating my wounds. A Pokemon punched you? Yeah, I feel like I glimpsed a small red figure for just a moment. Based on the size, it couldn't have been a human. So I'm guessing it was a Pokemon. A red Pokemon. Do you know what kind it was? I'm not really sure. It happened so fast. See, sorry that happened to you. But I'm glad you weren't seriously hurt. That's what the doctor said too. No Pokemon would want to steal the Aurora drop. It's possible that the culprit ordered their Pokemon to swipe the jewel and punch out Turner. So Tim, now that you heard Turner say, what do you think? We need to find Ducklet that flew out the window and the red Pokemon. Yep, you got it.
Excuse me?
Did you see anything else when the Pokemon attacked you? The thief who brought the Pokemon along was probably nearby. Unfortunately, that's all I saw. I see. Can you think of any other details that might give us a clue about the culprit? Nothing particular to mine. I mean, Mr. Denny is such a nice person. I never heard of anyone holding a grudge against him. And I was really surprised to hear Burns is a suspect. You don't think Burns is responsible? I guess the police must have some reason to suspect him, but honestly, I just don't believe it. I just can't believe it. Burns is still showing me the ropes around here. He's a great co-worker with tons of experience. I mean, if you know Burns before all of this, you would never imagine him being a thief.
Excuse me?
Do you know anything about the stolen jewel? The Aurora drop? I've never seen the thing. It's been shut up in the storage room ever since I was brought to the house. Of course, I know it's valuable and all. I assume that's why it's been causing all the arguments between Mr. and Mrs. Dennis lately. What sort of arguments? In case you haven't heard, Mr. Dennis says that he's gonna donate the Aurora drop. It seems Mrs. Dennis is against the plan. They've been fighting about it almost nightly. Every night? It must really be the point of contention. I guess Mrs. Dennis just doesn't want to give up such a valuable jewel. So the Aurora drop's been dividing a wedge between husband and wife, eh? That could be important. I think you heard from what Mr. Dennis had to say. I'm also guessing he told you about his butler. He's definitely not pleased that Barnes is fallen under suspicion. It sure seems that way. In my position, it's not at liberty to share all the information we gathered. But if there's anything I can help, just let me know. Thanks. What was the situation in the mansion at the time of the incident? We're still looking into that. I'm sure you'll give more direct answers, but witnesses. Well, Barnes. Let's tell Barnes, police prime suspect. Well, the circumstantial evidence certainly seems to be pointing towards his direction. Doesn't sound too terribly convinced. Does anything strike you as odd? Yes, actually. I can't think of a single motive for Barnes to steal the jewel. He doesn't appear to bear any ill will toward Mr. Dennis, and he is in no trouble financially. That being said, we may uncover a motive in the course of our investigation, but for now, I can't say anything with certainty. It is an incredibly valuable jewel. Not just valuable, it's famous throughout the entire jewel industry. Then there would be plenty of people who would like to get their hands on it. Could the jewel have been stolen by an intruder? Can't rule out the possibility, but based on the current evidence, its likelihood of a burglary is low. The holiday, I know there's nothing to do with the case, but ask me about Harry. Yeah, any new leads? Sorry, nothing. Okay. I understand. Harry was working on the art case, then he was missing. So it stands to be reason. That's kind of weird. Don't be discouraged, Tim. Look at him, you've come in 2 years. You forgot all about him. You're a great detective. Anyway, you'll find him. Yeah, hopefully.
Man,
I have a couple of questions. Got it? Don't want to waste time chatting while you're on duty. Awfully stubborn, aren't you? You're even harder to talk to than Brand's Miniature. Lieutenant Mick Master is currently interviewed in this
Excuse
room.
me?
I guess it'd be too much to ask to join in, right? I'm afraid we can't allow even the great detective Tim to do that. Please patrol, you understand.
Yes?
Hello.
You certainly don't look like you're with the police. State your business.
Oh, okay. We're detectives. Mr. Dennis asked to help investigate the incident that occurred here. Detectives? Oh, so I suppose my husband did say something about that. Your husband? That must mean you're... Claudia Dennis, San Jib's wife. I'm sorry to bother you, but do you mind if I ask you some questions? I do mind, actually. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. The case has already been solved. What do you mean? The police said the bird is behind all this, so the matter's settled. We've heard that he's under suspicion, yes, but we can't be certain it was one who committed the crime. You sound just like my husband, but nothing you say will change the fact that Bernard is the culprit. Bernard's partner Ducklet was up to no good. I saw it with my own eyes. Did you witness the crime? Bernard's partner Ducklet was involved in the case. You look as though you don't believe me.
Excuse me?
Is it true that you witnessed the crime? Well, I didn't exactly see it clearly, but I did witness some irrefutable proof. What exactly did you see? At the time of the incident, I was enjoying a cup of tea in my room on the second floor. Then I noticed a bird flying towards the window. A bird what? I clearly saw a blue bird Pokemon, so it had to have been Ducklet. We did find sort of blue feathers near the window in the storage room, but those were Ducklets? In hindsight, he was obviously stealing the jewel. I also heard a faint sound just before that, like something metallic. A metallic sound? Do you know what could have made that noise? No, I don't, but the storage room was ransacked, wasn't it? I suppose there must have been something broken in the act. And I heard it confirm that Douglas feathers were found in the room. Isn't that proof enough that Berners is the culprit? Pretty darn convinced of her own theory. But all of that's based on a metallic sound and the sight of a blind blue bird Pokemon. Pretty flimsy if you ask me. I'm sorry, Mr. M, but that information alone isn't enough to definitely prove it is the culprit. Hurry up and find whoever it is and get the jewel back. Isn't that what my husband hired you for? I get that she's upset, but she doesn't even have to take it out on us.
Excuse me?
Mr. Dennis is quite confident that Bruce is innocent. Oh yes, I'm sure he is. He's always been too trusting, especially when it comes to Barnes. Those two really trust each other that much. I told Ray that he's worked here for a long time, much longer in fact than I've known him. I suppose that's why Ray is always taking my husband's side. What do you mean by that? Well, my husband had to deny to Barnes inevitably sides with him, even though I'm sure he believes he's being imperial. That lack of self-awareness is yet another one of his many flaws. I get the feeling Claudia's not a huge fan of him. Do you think that's why she's so sure he's the thief?
Excuse me?
Can you tell me more about Ducklet? Ducklet is Bruno's partner. She dotes on him tirelessly and is always by his side. You mentioned earlier that she might be involved in the crime somehow. Would Ducklet be capable of such a thing? Yes, she even helps her out with his shopping. She's certainly be capable of taking off with the jewel. Well, either or not Ducklet stole the jewel, the one thing that seems to be certain that she really loves Barnett.
Yes?
Georgia is a incredibly valuable jewel. They told me the same thing. But do you really understand? Can you even comprehend how valuable it is? Huh? I knew it. Just look at those blank inspections. Hey, my face always looks like this. As it is, I'm not even sure my husband understands how the true value. They're getting his hand on something so precious. Why would he want to donate it to Rhyme City? So you're against donating the wardrobe? Of course I am. Treasures like that are meant to be paraded for the general public. They should be preserved for quiet observation by the select few. Hard to imagine her quietly doing anything. All ears for mansion gossip. Well, perfect. That means Pikachu can get all the gossip. What's going on, Lieutenant Partner? Can I ask you a few questions? Well, what gives? No need to be so rude. What's wrong? She seems real suspicious of us. Maybe she's feeling sensitive after the incident here. Okay, so not interested in talking, I see. But to say I'm not yawning anymore, but not yawned. This is about the first episode where I was yawning every sentence. Hey, Pikachu.
You know, Tim, we're really living the good life at our apartment. A huge mansion like this must be a pain to clean.
Let's see if we stop gonna get on here. Based on everything we've heard, is there anything that appears in this? Let's review the information we gather and see what we can come up with. Oh, I guess we can re-talk to Mr. Burners. Yeah, we just have to growl. Ask me anything you like. Simple revival. What makes Aurora dropped a simple revival? 2 years ago, during the art incident, my jewel shop suffered considerable damage. Wait, you were a victim of the art incident? Yes, some Pokemon who'd been exposed to art went totally berserk. The rampage destroyed my shop and say nothing to damage done to my jewels and other goods. By the time I already had the Aurora drop, I kept it stored safely in the shop. That was damaged too. No, as a matter of fact, it wasn't. Of all the jewels in my shop, the Aurora was the only one that remained unscathed. In fact, debris fell so perfectly around it that you might believe it was being protected. That's incredible. I guess there's some magic lost in the world after all. Ever since then, the Aurora became known as the jewel that saved the art incident. People started visiting my shop to come see it. Thanks to all that the attention, my business was able to get back on its feet. Kind of like a valuable jewel in more ways than one. What made you decide to bring it back to your mansion instead of keeping it at your shop? I decided to donate it to Lima City. Why are you donating something so precious to you? It's not precious to me, and that's exactly why I decided to donate it. Mayor Mears has done his part in improving our city by declaring the start of Pokemon Friendship Week. I thought it was about time I did mine. So I wanted to donate the jewel that survived the incident as a symbol of Rhyme City's revival. I hope that by doing so, I could help liven up not just my shop, but the whole city. Wow, Dennis, I'm impressed. That's a wonderful gesture. I'm glad you did. Not everyone is so pleased about it. Oh? I forget I said anything. I should have burdened you with the concern of such personal matters. For right now, I'm counting on you to find the Aurora job as quickly as possible. Understood, we'll do everything we can. This is Dan Park Growler. Sure doesn't look happy. Apparently she feels responsible no matter... That's why she's looking down. Maybe we should ask her to leave... Maybe we should leave her alone for a while. Other than Mr. Bird, well, thank you not to demand until further notice. Completely fine question. Let's go talk to him. Brandon Burness. Oh, how did it come to this? Why are the police so suspicious of me? Jimmy, are you Mr. Burness? Who might you be? I'm Detective Tim Goodman. Mr. Dan hired me to come investigate the crime that occurred here. That's so. Oh, my apology. I am Brandon Burness. I work here at the dentist residence as a butler. Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. Burness? I realize you must be tired since you were just questioned by the police. Please don't worry about it. If you had been hired by Mr. Dennis, then it is my duty to give you my full cooperation. Thank you. What would you like to speak to me about first?
Yes.
The time of the incident. I was away when the incident occurred. It wasn't until I had finished my errand I returned to the house and realized something was amiss. I heard Turner cry out from the second floor. When I rushed upstairs, I found him collapsed on the floor in front of the jewel storage room. So that means Bernard was the first witness to arrive at the scene of crime. Did you see the thief or the partner Pokemon? No, nothing like that. Wait, if Bernard ran up the stairs, you'd think he would have ran straight into the thief. If he didn't see anyone, what could have escaped from the second floor? Did you check the storage room? Yes, the door was already open. And when I looked inside, I saw that the Aurora drop was gone. Then I contacted Mr. Dent and the police right away. Is there anyone who can collaborate your whereabouts at the time? Unfortunately not. It was only afterward that Mrs. Dent came out of her room to see what the commotion was about, and only others in the house at the time were Growlithe and Clefable. Naturally, no one could take witness statements from Pokemon, so I'm afraid I have no alibi. That's where we come in. The Pokemon that live in this mansion might know something. Mr. Burns, do you have any idea who the thief might be? Not a clue, I'm afraid. But I do know that Mr. and I are the only ones who can freely use the key to the storage room. Growlithe guards the key with constant diligence, so I imagine it would be very difficult for anyone else to take it from her. I suppose it's no great wonder that the police suspect me given the circumstances, but I would never do something so senseless. At least this confirms that only those two have access to the key. About Ducklet.
Yes.
Ducklet is my dear partner Pokemon. Just look at this photo. That's Ducklet with you there? Yes, isn't she adorable? Just look at her feathers, simply beautiful. But that's not all. She's also incredibly clever and even helps me out with my work. Oh, excuse me. I'm terribly sorry. I tend to get a bit carried away when I speak about Ducklet. It's really no problem. You mentioned that she helps you with your work. What exactly does she do? Let's see. She runs errands for me, such as buying coffee beans from a local cafe. Oh, she buys coffee beans. Nice. There's a place nearby called the He Hat Cafe. Perhaps you heard of it? She rarely goes shopping there by herself. If it's not their go-to coffee, it's gotta be the He Hat blend. Guess I shouldn't be surprised when I say elites have such refined taste. I asked her to go to the coffee cafe today. In fact, but she hasn't returned yet. Could she have wandered off somewhere? Do you have any ideas where my Ducklet be? Unfortunately, no. Feathers are on the scene of the crime. Ducklet, then. Yes, no question about it. But I hadn't any idea why Ducklet's feathers would be there. Just the thought of her getting caught up in a crime somehow, I'm so worried I can hardly think straight. The Aurora. Out of all the jewels that Mr. Henry, he considers the Aurora dropped his most precious. He worked tirelessly to acquire it in the first place. You might even say that the Aurora drop is physically a manifestation, the crystallization of Mr. Henry's career as a jeweler. I wish nothing but swift retribution on the thief who stole it from him. For someone who speaks so formally, Mr. Henry is a pretty passionate guy, isn't he? Please have fun the drop, I beg you. Don't worry, sir, we're on the case.
Well...
Based on Burnham's testimony, I'm not surprised the police suspect him. Yeah, if only there was another witness at least. About that, are you forgetting something, Tim? Huh? They told us Growlithe and Go were at the mansion at the time of the incident. That's right, exactly. We leave the rest to me. Let's go question them, Tim.
Tim.
What?
Yo, main ectric. Working hard? Hey, what did I ever do to you?
You got something to bug you when you're feeling down. But we'll be honored if we ask you some questions. We're here to catch the thief. We need your help to do that. You're willing to talk to us if it'll help Shane? Thanks. Senji? Growlithe's nickname for Dennis, near as I can tell. Oh, that's right. His full name is Sanjeev. And so I guess Sandy. That makes sense. Anyway, Growl, can we start with the questions? Oh, you. Gotcha. As Dennis' partner, it's your job to guard the mansion. We already know that the key to the storage room is around your neck. Evidence of guardians that point to you makes sense. She says she never let anyone other than Barnes even touch the key. That's why you feel responsible for what happened. Nonsense responsibility. Don't worry, the two of us are gonna crack the case. Wow. Time of the incident. Do you remember anything about the time of the incident? You don't know what because you were napping. What? Your breakfast was so tasty that you ate too much and made you sleepy. Oh, I've been there, believe me. What are you even talking about? You woke up when Burns got home and would have been out right before all that commotion happened. And when you woke up, your precious key was gone. Yeah, I can tell you're upset. You'll do whatever it takes to help catch the thief, thanks. What kind of assistance if time comes? About Barnes. She says Barnes is a kind, well-mannered individual. He and Barnes are close. She'd never seen them fighting or arguing. He really seems to trust Barnes after all. And Growlithe likes Barnes too. Judging from what Growlithe says, it's hard to think that Barnes was as a likely culprit. There wasn't anything in Growlithe's testimony that could help us prove his innocence. The only one left is Clefable. I'll do what I can to get Clefable to talk to us. Thanks, Pikachu. What, you think we're thieves returning to the scene of the crime? No, we're not here to steal anything. We're actually great detectives looking to catch a thief. Please, can you answer some questions? Yes, really, come on, you can trust us. Yeah, help us out. I'm sure his bad mood will clear up too. You really talk to us? Thanks. Because you had been worried we do something bad to Mrs. Dennis.
Hey.
You have a job here at the mansion. No job per se unless you count spending time with Kaya. Isn't it tough hanging out with somebody so prickly? Well, it's not a bad person, you say. Sorry, I didn't mean to be insulting. So Kaya's always arguing with someone or another. But when it's just you and her, she starts to regret the whole thing. Oh, I get it now. Your job is to cheer her up when she gets into arguments. Well, you're actually pretty nice. I feel like it was really important to Mrs. Dennis. About the time of the incident. Did anything strange happen today? Bill was saying she got really sleepy while playing in the mansion this morning. Did she doze off and doesn't know what happened after that? That's too bad. What do you think of Barnes? Do you get along with him alright? Kaya doesn't like Barnes, so Kaya tries not to have much to do with him. But she doesn't think Barnes is a bad person. After all, she says Barnes ran to help Turner when he got hurt. Wait, does that mean Clefable saw Barnes going upstairs to help Turner? Yeah, it's gotta. What else can you tell us? Clefable was dozing near the front door this morning. When Burns got home from doing so outside, she woke up and greeted him at the door. Then Clefable and Barnes heard Turner cry out on the second floor. They both went upstairs. Ah. And that's when, to their surprise, they found Turner on the floor. That means when Turner was attacked, Barnes was still on the first floor. Aha. We have evidence. Based on everything we heard, is there anything that says that Barnes is innocent? It's not the girl because he returned the message after the crime occurred. Yeah, and that's linked to Clefable.
Okay.
We learned that Clefable greeted Barnes when he returned to the mansion, and Groundwood says she woke up exactly the same time. Barnes is the only one that only became aware of the crime after that. Doesn't that mean Barnes couldn't be the culprit? Barnes was on the first floor when Turner was attacked. That would have made it difficult for Barnes to steal the jewel. I'm not sure we can prove Barnes with that alone. Yeah, we can't exactly disclose the testimony that came from our Pokemon. No one will believe us. It looks like we're going to need other evidence to prove his innocence. He does have an alibi. How can we prove his innocence? We can't let the suspicion around Barnes in the testimony alone. I think we're going to need some other kind of evidence to prove his innocence. But where should we look for that? Nothing immediately comes to mind. At times like this, it's best to try investigating other leads. We might find a thread somewhere unexpected that leads us back to this. To get close to the case, we saw no choice but to find the Pokemon the witness saw. I think our red Pokemon and Ducklet. I wonder if the Pokemon that cut open the jewel case is Bulba's partner. It makes sense to think that no such human has seen a witness. Having said that, though, we need to learn about what the red Pokemon is. Let's head into the city and see if we can get leads on our red Pokemon. At this point, it seems likely that Barnes is the culprit. But then why would Ducklet leave the second floor window? It seems unlikely that it's got nothing to do with the thief. Finding Ducklet is going to be the quickest way to confirm that. Good call. Let's head in the city and look for her. Looks like the only way to continue the investigation is to gather info in the city. But where should we go? Should we go after Ducklet or search for the red Pokemon? If you're unsure, why don't we try following Ducklet? I think we have a better lead to go on than the red Pokemon. Oh wait, we did hear from Ducklet was supposed to go buy coffee beans today. Went to the High Cafe. Let's go to the cafe. Oh, you mean you won't help me? I can tell you how you feel, ma'am, but we're in the middle of an investigation right now. Yes, but what should I do? In the woman's trouble. He sure does. I doubt it has anything to do with the case, but it's hard to not want to help people who's in trouble. That's the spirit. Timmy, you see a person or a Pokemon with trouble, you gotta help them. That's what makes us the city's great detectives. We got prioritize our current case. It's something we can help with when we have time. Local concerns. They're investigating people who make requests to help solving their problems. They have a blue bubble. They're talking to him. Ah, okay. Excuse me, may I ask what's wrong? My lady was gone missing. Oh no, what happened? We were taking a walk together in the park. I guess he must have been having too much fun. He got so worked up and took off like a rocket. I've been searching all over him and now I'm exhausted. The officer won't look into it for me either. He just ignores. We like to help you. We're detectives. We're pretty good at looking for lost people and Pokemon. That'd be a huge help. Can you think of anywhere your lead pup might have gone? Well, I've already searched the park pretty thoroughly. I haven't seen him in the city. He likes quiet places, but I'm not sure there are any places like that around here. I think good enough information. Go on, let's start. Sorry to add to your workload when you already look so busy, but thank you. Logan's there. Find the lost lily pup. You coming? Hey, how you doing? Well-appointed city patrol. What are you up to, dog? Watchog's hobby is observing things around the city. In that case, maybe it's seen something useful. Couldn't hurt to ask. Oh, you never get bored in the city because there's always so many different people in Pokemon to watch? It must be fun having eyes like yours, especially since they let you see in the dark. See a Ducklet? What, really? What's it saying? Tell me. Right, sorry. It says it saw Ducklet pass by here. If she passed by here, she probably is on her way to the cafe after all.
Roger.
There's so many red Pokemon you don't know which one we mean. Good point. We know it's a Pokemon that has a move to slice through hard objects. That can easily knock down a human with a punch. You ever seen a Pokemon like that around here? Alright then.
Roger.
Cafe. These investigations definitely will take quite a while.
Oh, Tim!
You're a student at Rhyme University.
Hello there.
Wow, what a coincidence running into you here. Yeah, I'm surprised you are. I think I've seen this girl before. Oh, I remember Howard's notebook. She's the girl from the photo. Yes, Pikachu, this is Rachel. We go to college together. She's the mayor's daughter? Right. And you said she knows a lot about Pokemon too, didn't you? And she's just a classmate, or? See, this is why I don't like telling you about my personal life. I'm just looking out for you. I never hear you talk about actually having fun with people. Oh, well, anyway. Who's the woman next to her? I know about as much as you do. I don't think we met before. This guy, have you heard these? Of course, it's an honor to meet the great detectives. Oh, wait, Tim, were you talking to Pikachu just now? What? No way. Oh, no need to be embarrassed. I totally understand your urge to talk to your partner. But now that you're here, why don't you chat with us for a bit? Yeah, sure.
You and Pikachu must be working hard, huh?
Yeah, he's actually more helpful than he looks.
That's pretty impressive, Pikachu.
Come on, Tim, you could give me a better compliment than that. You're different somehow. Don't tell me that word my dad gave you trying to change you. No, of course not. I'm same as I always been. Are you sure? I mean, we don't really know each other all that well. Maybe you just had the wrong impression of me? No way, I've had my eye on you for a while now, Tim. Excuse me? What, does that mean what I think she means? It's like I have a photo sheet to the great detective in action. Alright. Did you get your hopes up for a moment there, Tim? Quite you.
It is such an honor to meet you, Tim.
I'm not
Thank you
anyone
for solving
impressive.
our case. You have no idea what that meant to me.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
I see news about your accomplishments on TV all the time. You're quite the celebrity. Celebrity? I wouldn't go quite that far. No need to be modest. You're a great detective after all. Yes, I used to work with my mother years ago. That's how we met. We've been friends ever since. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's been a while since we met up like this. About 2 years, I think. We've been so busy lately. There's just hasn't been time to get together. I had no idea you became friends with a famous great detective. Were you surprised? Yes, of course. Hey, I'm the great detective. By the way, Tim, I work at a pizzeria in Bamboo, Broig. If you ever are in the area, stop by. I'll treat you to one of our awesome pizzas. Alright, did you hear that, Tim? Let's go sometime. The pizza place where Jessica works is actually pretty famous. Sounds great. I'd love to go. I'll take you up on that offer. I'll be waiting. And there's actually something I want to talk to you about. What's up? Well, it's about something going on at home. Sounds serious. I'm not sure how much I can help I'll be, but you can always talk to me. I don't want to waste your time though. Don't worry about it. I'm working right now, but we can meet up tonight if you're free. Sure, that works. Thanks, Tim. Okay, then how about you stop by my part later this evening? Hey, not bad, Tim. Aren't we supposed to have dinner with your family tonight? Yeah, but this sounds serious. I can't brush her off. The least I can do is hear her out for a little bit. Fair enough. I'm sure your family will understand.
Tim.
Sorry, Pikachu.
Well, look who it is.
It's a Pablo. And a Luticolo. Sorry, Pikachu. Hi, Jazz. That happened today? Notice you were here this morning. Got caught in a new case. Oh, sounds rough. I've asked you a few questions. Now, we'll ask the questions. Oh, I guess we'll have to.
Excuse me?
I've been busy with the cafe and new location. How do you feel settling in now? Feels strange, but finally back to normal. Now, Pikachu's been coming here on its own, drinking coffee. I'm sure you. But we had to cause you trouble. Trouble? Me? I'm a paying customer. Once you pick up my tab. Not at all. The cafe is way closer to your place now. It seems that Pikachu feels comfortable here. I always welcome Pokemon customers.
Hey,
a butler from this mansion? Yeah, he swings by the cafe once he's done with work. He's a regular client? Yeah, he loves coffee and jazz. We got plenty to talk about, but apparently he's been really stressed lately. He hasn't been stopping by. Really stressed, huh? What do you mean by stress? Was he worried about something? Oh, well, not my place to tell you about my personal matters. Please, we're just trying to help. It's for Burnus' sake. Oh, so this is for a case, huh? Then I guess I better tell you. He was worried about the jewel that he donated to Ryan City. Apparently, we had a difference of opinion. Burnus was trying to come up with a compromise that would satisfy both of them. But he said he would wind up getting stuck in the middle of the argument. Sounds stressful. I remember him saying there was no jewel in the first place. Oh, he wished there was no jewel. Anyway, that's all I know. Hope it helps.
Excuse me?
Do you know if Douglas lives in the dance suite? Yeah, I know her. She's talking about Bruno's partner, right? Often comes here all on her own to buy coffee beans. She's really a clever little Pokemon. Just like Bruno said. She always comes with this cute little bang and I feel her beans for her. As far as I know, she takes them straight back to the mansion. In fact, she just left a couple minutes ago. Really? I can't believe we missed. Alright, next time, we're already 40 minutes in.
Okay,
And-
let's start deducing.
No, Pikachu. We still gotta talk to
Let's
people.
start deducing.
I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.